Hello, YouTube. My name is Beth. I am creating a channel called Beth Brings the Light. And on my channel, I want to share my spiritual wisdom. I want to share about my spiritual journey, everything that I've learned. And I want to share about what I've transmuted and alchemized so that I can help people. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, there's a lot of chaos, right? But if you're aligned with my energy, you have an understanding that if you zoom out from a higher perspective, our planet is kind of going through a rebirth, okay? And rebirths can be very chaotic. Like, look what's happening to the world. It's chaotic, okay? But this chaos moves us into it's moving us into a higher dimension. Our planet is moving into a new era. The age of Aquarius, Pluto and Capricorn. Another thing about me is I love astrology. I love numerology. So I'll be referring to that a lot. But we're moving into a place where people are going to start taking their power back and operating from their heart, creating from their heart, listening to their heart, their soul, and their intuition. And this is where the planet's going. This is the direction we're going. So I want to be here as a tool for you guys. If you're going through something and you're confused, maybe I can share something that I've gone through that can help you. I want to share with you how I've transmuted and alchemized every darkness and every hard situation that I went through. I just want to be relatable and be here. And you may ask, why are you making this channel, Beth? What is this? What do you get out of this? Well, I'll tell you. Okay. As we move into this new era, I am becoming a creator. And this is a time period where all of us have the tools and have the access to become creators. We can create our own business. We can create our anything. And so with this shift, as we're all creating, we're operating out of our heart. This is raising the frequency of the planet. Our planet is moving into the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension, people operate out of their heart, and it's harmonious. It's a win-win situation. Everything is going to be equal energy exchanges. Like, this is kind of the vision I have with 5D, is that everybody is creating from their heart. Everybody has their own sources of income that you've created yourself by taking your power back. And I'm going to encourage you to take your power back, and we're all loving and helping each other. And I know that sounds very far-fetched, but this is a vision in the future that I have. You know, I relate this to the 1,000 years of peace that they talk about in the Bible. But I don't have all of the information on when or where or anything like that. But it's a vision that I have, and it is a place that does exist, and it is a place in a era that we're moving into. Okay, nothing is going to be perfect. However, the more people, the more I share, and the more I'm relatable, the more I can support people, you guys, to start creating and sharing yourself, and then it creates a whole wave of more people waking up and sharing and stepping into their purpose, stepping into their power, and then we raise the whole frequency faster. So I'm trying to help the planet raise the frequency faster. So, and that's like big picture. That's like way higher perspective, but I have the ability to see things. I'm a visionary. So that's where we're moving. That's what I'm supporting. And that's why I'm here to do this. So just want to share a little bit about me, about myself. So I went through a spiritual awakening in 2019, had a big awakening, and this may be relatable for some people. So comment below if this happened to you too. So prior to 2019, back in 2017 is kind of where it all began. 2017, I was officially diagnosed with Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism. And the way I got this diagnosis was I had to go to a naturopath because I was feeling in my body, because we have to be our own advocate, even no matter what the doctor says. I was feeling in my body deep exhaustion, tiredness, and I was in my 20s. Wasn't making sense. So the regular doctors were all telling me, you're fine, your levels are perfect. And my body was telling me, no, something's wrong. And so I listened to my heart and my intuition and my soul. I listened to myself, and my intuition told me, go see a naturopath because they do more extensive labs, right? So this may help some people. Maybe you need to go see a naturopath to get extensive labs. But once the naturopath got diagnosed with Hashimoto's hypothyroidism, and I was like, what does that mean? What is that? What is a thyroid? I don't know what that is. So that's where that journey began. And after the diagnosis in 2017, literally a few months later, my body plummeted. My body physically crashed. My body, like, it's almost like it shut down. I was bedridden. I was so sick. But for those of you who know about autoimmune conditions, it's like an invisible disease. And so this was kind of the start of the darkness, like the dark shadow that I went through. It was an invisible illness because I looked, somewhat what I look like now. I appear to be healthy, but my insides, oh my God, I was so sick, you guys. I couldn't get out of bed. I was bedridden. I remember the one task I wanted to do during the day was take a shower, and I had to build up the most momentum and strength and power to get myself to stand up. That's how bad it was. My hormones were at 0. They tested my testosterone level. It was at 0. My hormones plummeted. I could barely stand up. I had to stop working, and it was just so scary. And I know you guys can probably relate to this. Some can relate to this if you're aligned with me. Again, like an invisible disease where you appear to be fine, but you are so unwell and sick inside, leaky gut, constant diarrhea, constant nausea, constant brain fog. The feeling of having no testosterone in your body, I don't wish that upon anybody. It's the worst feeling. You can't even stand up. So anyway, very, 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 very scary, negative symptoms, very confused, not knowing what's going on. I had no idea what was going on, and I had no doctors that could tell me in that moment. So it was a very, very, very dark, scary, scary time. I wasn't getting any answers. I thought I was going to die. And at this point, this was before my awakening, it was just so scary because I didn't know, didn't have a real, I was brought up Lutheran. I was brought up Christian, but I wasn't practicing religion then. And so I wasn't really turning to anybody. I didn't know if there even really was a God because religion never really made me feel connected to God. That's a whole other story. So I was very, very confused, very scared. This was probably part of the dark night of the soul that I had, but it was like I was in the darkness, in the shadow, and it was so scary. But through this darkness that I went through, it awakened me, because after being sick from, it was like a year and a half, 2017 to 2018, 2019-ish. After going through that sickness, like it was so bad. I remember, you guys, I remember this moment. I was so sick that I had terrible insomnia. I couldn't sleep. It was so bad. And I remember lying down on my bed. I laid back on my bed. I closed my eyes and I said, this was before I was awakened. I said, God, if there is a God, because I don't know, I'm confused, I'm lost. If there is a God, if I'm going to continue these symptoms, if I'm going to feel this bad for the rest of my life, take me now. Take me now. I'm ready to go, because it was so bad. And I laid back on the bed. I laid down, closed my eyes. I was like, take me, God. I laid there. And then I opened my eyes. And I was still here. Okay, so clearly God, the universe, whatever, wasn't done with me. This was just something that I was meant to go through. So let's fast forward 2019. I came across this book called, it's by Michael Samuels, called Just Ask the Universe. It's like a second grade read. It's such an easy book, but I don't know why I stumbled upon that, but I read that. And mind you, in 2019, after I found my naturopath, which was the 12th doctor, the 12th naturopath that I had gone to, I found my 12th one, Dr. James Smith in Scottsdale, Arizona, who has helped me to heal. Clearly, look at me now. I'm alive, well, and talking and have energy now. But losing my train of thought. I found him. He was the naturopath that helped me. He was the 12th one. So what I'm saying is I went to 11 naturopaths, and they all could not tell me what was going on. It was terrifying. Okay. So if you guys have been through anything like that, I hear you, I feel you, I see you, I know it's scary. Go see a naturopath. So have my naturopath, I started feeling better. I started to heal. My body started to heal because he had the right supplements, the right thyroid medicine for me. Okay, so 2019, find this book by Michael Samuels, Just Ask the Universe. And I started reading it, and he was talking about you can talk to the universe. And I was like, what is the universe? And I started reading it, and I was like, oh, you can like have a relationship with the universe, and you can like talk to the universe and co-create and live a life with the universe. And I was like, I love that. I loved it. It really touched my heart. It touched my soul. And that's kind of when this spiritual journey began. After I got well from the sickness and started just questioning everything, started falling in love with this concept of the universe. And then I started to just dive deep into the spiritual journey, and that was in 2019. 6 years later, 2025, I'm here to share my story and 6 years of experience through, a spiritual awakening, shadow work after shadow work. I have a lot of Scorpio placements, Scorpio rising, first house ruled by Scorpio. So you Scorpios, you're going to align with me. You know the death and rebirth that we go through constantly. I realized I was going through death and rebirth since I was a little girl. You go through, like, my whole life has been death and rebirth. And so just want to share this story so that I can be relatable and that I can help somebody else on this journey. So there will be more to share. I just came on here to introduce myself today. And if you feel aligned with my energy or my story, feel free to jump on, give me a follow, or I've got TikTok, I've got Instagram, whatever style you like, but I'm here as a resource. So I love you, and more to come. So nice to meet you.